And that jealousy is only gonna leave you broke. So the only thing left now is all these cats. All these cats. I'ma win cause I'm too smart for these cats. While they making up facts, you making up flats.
In the commission, you ask for permission to hit him. You don't like me, him and wild like with him.
Hello and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce. Good to have you along for the NBA here on 2K Sports. A Friday night NBA presentation. It'll be the Phoenix Suns facing off against Joakim Noah and the Chicago.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is H to the OV. I used to move sketch bumps by the OC. I guess even back then you could call me CEO of the ROC. Fresh out the frying pan into the fire. I be the music fans #1 supplier. Not TOC, but similar to the letters, no one can do it better. I check cheddar like a food inspector. My homie Strick told me to finish your breakfast. So that's what I'ma do. Take you back to the tube with the lecture. Fast forward the jewels in the necklace. Let me tell you dudes what I do to protect you. Shoot at you actors like movie direction.
Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Here are your starting lineups, brought to you by State Farm. And guys, checking out Joakim Noah here. What can we expect from him?
I think the best quality for Noah is the energy that he brings to the game, Kevin. He's got long arms, he can rebound, he can handle the ball, he can make plays, but really, it's just the impact he has with his effort and his energy that's most impressive.
But he's so unselfish. I love that about him, and he's a real demon on the backboards. An outstanding offensive rebounder. He's a good passer, too. If he sees an open teammate, he won't hesitate to move the rock. And he's accurate with his passes, too.
The Chicago Bulls here to defend the home court, playing host to the Western Conference. And this is their first time matched up with the Suns this season.
And this wasn't their most challenging opponent. If you're talking about last year, they won both of these meetings.
Now here's Rose. No good. Excellent D there for Scola. Let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Alvin Gentry.
As they get ready to face the Bulls for the first time, we talked about what makes playing the Bulls so difficult. He told me they are one of the most sound defensive teams in the league, and there are going to be stretches where the points just don't come easy. We have to make sure we don't get frustrated by that and keep on chugging along. Bulls defense definitely a concern for them, guys.
Thanks, Doris. About a minute played so far here in the first. The kick out to Dang. Bulls moving the ball around. Noah kicks to Dang. Pass to Boozer. 6 on the shot clock. 17-foot shot on the way. That's good on the jump shot. Boozer's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Bulls. And as Steve just pointed out, they did what you would have expected them in those two games. They took it to an opponent that had a very tough season.
And guys, sometimes it's really hard to predict what's going to happen in an East versus West matchup, no matter where the teams stand in their respective conferences. But this series went pretty much according to form.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. The Suns getting the bucket. Now here's Rose. He's guarded by Dragic. Goes straight up, and it's blocked by Gortat. Beasley against Rose. Back to Scola. Over Boozer. And Scola with the basket on the assist by Beasley. The Bulls have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Outside Rose. Dang passes to Hamilton. 13 feet away. And Scola pulls it down. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers a year ago for Joakim Noah. 10th in rebounding, 15th in field goal percentage, and he was a pretty good defensive player in the paint, finishing in the top 20 in the league in blocks.
And, you know, in terms of his rebounds per game, Steve, it was really a special season for him. He was a tough, physical player on the low block.
There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Rose. Rose has got his first basket.
Well, he's one of their anchors at the offensive end, guys, because he can make plays like that all the time.
And there's the pass to Beasley. It's stolen by Dang.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
The defense caught dozing off that time.
Those open dunks, pretty high percentage.
Yeah, you're not going to miss many of those. I mean, this is really a core defensive effort.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Sprite. Beasley kicks to Gortat. He feeds it to Dragic. Shoots the three. Some solid defense from Rose.
Tough three-point try there with a hand in his face.
Boy, you'd be lucky to make that one against great defense.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. And off we go, a close game, now starting the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
Really good sign offensively the way they started this game out, getting a lot of hoops from close range.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get baskets inside. I know you were a three-point shooter, Steve, and a really good one, but it's always easier to score in the paint.
On the court for the Suns, we've got Brown. Johnson out there with Channing Frye. Then there's Jermaine O'Neal, and it's Telfair in at the one spot.
Yeah, they're not going to miss too many of those. That's high percentage stuff there. And the Bulls, as usual, were so tough at home last year, and it's a trend that's been building for quite a while now. I mean, they're just incredibly tough to beat when they play in front of their fans.
And there's the call on Sebastian Telfair. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Chicago. Radmanovich is checked in, and it's Dang in for Jimmy Butler. And for the Suns, Markieff Morris is checked in for O'Neal. And it's Dragic in for Sebastian Telfair. Here's Robinson. That's good. The second best record at home in the East for the Bulls, Steve. When you have the defensive presence they have in front, a friendly crowd, that goes right along with it. Boy, that can lock up an opposing team.
The other thing that helps you have a good home record is taking care of the ball, and they did that extremely well at home, Kevin. Second best turnover rate in the league in that category. So really just a very sound team. Nothing flashy, but very solid.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Joakim Noah's such a wild bundle of energy on the court, and his long hair kind of fits his game. Asked if he'd ever consider cutting off those locks, he said, I can't. I'm like Samson. That's my power right there. I need all that. Last time I cut it was in high school, and my teammates were killing me, so I'm not doing it again. Kevin, looks like the hair is here to stay.
Let's hope so. Thanks, Doris.
Shannon Brown is one of those guys who, when he gets in transition, you kind of hold your breath because you can't wait to see what's coming. He can absolutely fly. He's a guy who's on the highlight reel night after night.
With the stoppage in play, we have a chance now to show you which teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. Fourth, the Bulls.
Seemed like they went through stretches, guys, where they just didn't miss from beyond the arc, and that carried those numbers right up to the top of the list.
Frye, good.
And Shannon Brown, fellas, at 6'4", 210, powerfully built, athletic player. I mean, big, strong hands. The one thing that I felt he needed to do was improve his ball handling, because if he did that, I really thought he could be an explosive scorer around the rim and on the perimeter.
And the Suns making a change here. Gortat's checked in for Frye. Scola comes in for Markieff Morris. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Wesley Johnson. And Dudley subbed in for Shannon Brown. Noah against Gortat. He dishes it to Dudley. Over Hamilton. Can't get it to go. Hamilton with some nice D.
A tight game here, and neither team has been able to gain an upper hand on the backboard.
Well, both teams really getting after it inside. It's been an interesting battle.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Dudley dishes to Beasley. Gortat the pass to Dragic. Up and in on the layup. Dragic has got his second bucket.
What a great little run he's on here in the quarter.
Now here's Rose. He's guarded closely. Here's Boozer. Excellent D there for Scola. Puts up a three. And no good trying to get that one. And the first half ends in a close one. The Suns on top, leading by a point. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
It's a lively Friday evening here at 2K Sports. Hopefully you're having a great time watching a little basketball tonight. The Suns are battling hard in this one. The assist total indicative of their unselfish play, spreading that ball around. Goran Dragic with some valuable contributions. Nothing comes easy. He's done the hard work, and they could pull it out once they get to the second half.
Well, we see here outside the United Center a statue of the Great One, Michael Jordan. Welcome back, everyone, to the Windy City.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Here's Dragic.
You know, with the condensed and shortened season last year, teams only played out of conference a total of 18 times. And the Suns actually did pretty good with that portion of the schedule, going 10-8 overall in those games.
Their front court, Luol Deng, Carlos Boozer, and Joakim Noah in the middle. Derrick Rose runs the show with Rip Hamilton to the side. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And it's Rose penetrating, blocked, but they'll get another chance. Another shot, and the shot is good. Boozer's got his second bucket of the night. The Suns leading, and the Suns typically have done very well against the East in this edition of that team. Always, it seems, over Steve 500.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time the Suns finished below 500 against the East. And last year, I bet they wish they had more games versus the East because they did a nice job out there, but boy, the Western Conference was not easy for them.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, the Chicago Bulls for the last 2 seasons have been the best rebounding team in the league by a wide margin. Coach Tom Thibodeau still isn't satisfied. He said, there's still work to be done, but we're moving in the right direction. Our smalls are getting in there. We're making a conscious effort of rebounding with 5 guys. The message apparently is getting through, gentlemen.
Well, Doris, you haven't gotten a stop till you secure the ball. They're all about those stops. Beasley kicks to Scola. Good ball movement here by the Suns. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. And the Suns lead by 2.
You know, Coach Alvin Gentry has done a nice job in Phoenix maintaining that high-scoring style that they've established over the last decade. He's also made them and kept them respectable defensively.
May Robinson is checked in for the Bulls. And Scola with the block.
They're really hurting with his performance here. He just hasn't played up to his standards so far.
The 3 from Dudley. And that one's good.
Well, that's a good time for the 3. The fast break had the defense scattered all over the place, so he was open.
And Steve, before Alvin Gentry took over, the Suns toyed with the slower pace, but he got them back to running, and he's not looked back.
Yeah, Gentry did an amazing job in Phoenix when he took over as head coach, and that's why he's still there. He really gained the trust of the players right away. He got back to that style that's really most conducive to that talent. And, now it's going to be interesting. Without Nash, can you still run with Goran Dragic running the point? I think so, but this will be Gentry's biggest challenge now, not being able to rely on one of the great point guards of all time.
The Bulls making a switch here. Heinrich's checked in.
And you could actually see it on the Bulls' faces and in the body language of the players last season when Rose tore his ACL, Kevin. It just took all of the wind out of their sails.
Joakim Noah grabs the miss. Noah's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Hamilton dishes to Rose. That's good.
Yeah, saw just a little bit of daylight, went right to the rim.
The Suns have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. What's interesting is that Rose had missed a lot of time last year with the team in the regular year, but the Bulls weathered the storm. But once they knew it was gone, from them, having him in the lineup, I'm sure they felt like it's a different story now. And Steve, they acted differently, as they said.
Well, it's one thing to weather the storm during the regular season, but to deal with the absence of a superstar in the playoffs is a totally different deal. And you're right, you can see the difference in the Bulls once the playoffs started in terms of their belief in how far they could go.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Rockets the best at Evan. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from 14. Scola passes to Beasley. From deep. Chicago grabs the miss. Noah's got his 6th rebound on the night. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And we've reached...
On tap next Monday, Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers take on Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks. Be there.
As the fourth quarter gets going, let's swing it over to Doris Burke to find out who's had the Sprite uncontainable game. Doris?
Well, Kev, the Suns come away with the uncontainable game. They've gotten the contributions they've needed from everyone that has stepped on the floor for them, and that's why they're in position as we head to the fourth.
And thank you, Doris. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. Filling out the wings are Brown and Dudley. Beasley out there with Jermaine O'Neal, and it's Telfair in a point. Bulls trail by 4. Robinson kicks to Dang. Feeds it to Noah. Gibson. Dishes it to Rose. He kicks to Dang. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. For the Phoenix Suns, they come into this one following a loss to the Atlanta Hawks.
Well, there's no doubt they played well enough to win that game. It truly could have gone either way, Clark.
Well, the lesson in this one is you can't just play well for 3.5 quarters and expect to win. I mean, they didn't close it out the way they should have. That's on them.
And the damage they're doing from three-point range here in the second half is amazing.
I mean, they're always a threat to spray home some threes now, but not like this.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Tom Thibodeau had some words for his team in that last huddle. He told them it's time to fight and take the lead. Let's put ourselves in position to bring it home. Guys, we'll see if they've got what it takes to get it done.
Thank you, Doris. Hamilton kicks to Rose. Fires top of the key. Cannot hit. And Phoenix the other way now.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Dragic dishes to Beasley. Over Dang. No good from Beasley. Bulls trail by 5. Rose attacking. The dish to Boozer. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 8 points for Carlos Boozer.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for them. At some points, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen. Another open look hits bottom from outside.
Yeah, and that's 3 of their last 5 makes from beyond the arc.
Outside Rose. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
Excellent job carving out space under the glass to make that putback possible.
Rockets the pass to Gortat. Kicks it to Dragic. Uncovered. And he gets the jumper to drop. And the Suns lead by 6.
You know, he's given them a nice scoring option through most of this game.
Now here's Rose. He's guarded by Dragic. Open shot. Dang. Nice open look, but it's no good. And so they foul intentionally. And that's an intentional foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he can't convert on the second. That misses. The Bulls have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Second shot opportunity. Some solid defense from Brown.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
I'll tell you what, he's made more than a few of those in his career.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And he misses the first one. Several teams changing it up here. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that increases their lead to 6. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're losing by 6. There's 10 seconds left in the game. There's 10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Boozer. Connects.
That jump shot's like a layup for him when the defense backs off like that.
Beasley with it. Stolen by Noah. Here's Hamilton. Can't connect. So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
Well, that'll do it. For Dorisburg, Steve Curry, Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Goran Dragic.
I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Now I slam it when I'm done and make sure it's broke. When I'm gone, no one gets on, cause I won't let nobody